This is Uncle Yab. We're gabbing with Yab, and I got my co-host Richard Carrington. What's going on, brother?
Hey, man, it's a great day. Glad to be here, man. You know, exciting times, you know.
Yeah,
no mask yet.
That's right, that's right. We got to keep it that way. But we talked about the masks other time.
That's right.
Now we got to talk about these crazy fans.
Oh, yeah.
You guys heard about these fans and at these basketball games and stuff like that. What is going on with you guys out there? Throwing popcorn, throwing bottles of water, spitting on people. I don't get it. What you think?
I don't know, man. You know, this thing, well, you know, they say the word fan is short for fanatic.
Yeah.
So, you know, there are people that can get really crazy about the sports. I don't know. I know you're a big-time supporter of the Washington football team. I was about to say Redskins. Washington football team. I know, wasn't that passed down, like, from your people to you, or...
You mean as far as me liking them like that?
Yeah, your family?
Yeah, it just passed down to me and my family, and not only that, just by me being in the city of D.C., born and raised. Right. And in the Redskins, well, the Washington football team was really good back in the day, you know.
They were.
And so when I came up, so you can't help but root for them, man.
Yeah,
we got 3 trophies and stuff like that. I mean, it's been a while since we had been to the Super Bowl, but we still say we got 3 trophies. Right. And I remember the glory days.
Oh yeah, I remember.
So I cannot root for them, man, because I know how good they were back in the day.
Right.
You know, back in the early '80s and stuff like that. So bring that back.
Right. And like you said, you grew up there. They were part of your growing up.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah,
so
part of my roots.
That makes sense, but. You weren't going to, you might hate Dallas Cowboy fans, but you're not going to throw no bottles at
we're
the
not
players,
going to be fighting and stuff like that. You know, I mean, I'm going to tell you a story. One time, you know, I can't, you know, when we were around Dallas fans, everybody talking crowd and stuff like that. And it was a few times where we was, you know, sorry and everything like that. They were better. And I mean, I wasn't going to fight the guy, but I was pissed. You know, he was taunting me. But that's all I said. You know, I'm just let me chill, everything like that, because I'm not going to say nothing crazy, because that ain't what you need to do. But as a fan, I'm loyal to my Redskins. But I'm not going to be throwing old bottles or throwing popcorn or throwing food. First of all, that food costs too much money.
I'm serious. Now you pay a lot, man.
Yeah.
And you know. You wasn't gonna throw no bottle at Deion Sanders or Michael Irvin or Emmett, you know.
No, man. I mean, you win. You talk a little trash. You lose. I remember one time I went to Dallas, and we played the Dallas Cowboys, and we lost. And everybody was talking trash, but not. It wasn't to the point where I thought I was gonna get hurt out there. Right. You know, we were just, everybody said their little thing, and then we got up and left, and everybody was like, oh yeah, blah blah blah. But it was all in good fun. Right. And we left out of there, and it was cool. Right. You know, but I'm not gonna say it was. You know, they were real harsh on us, anything like that. Everybody was just having a good time. Right. And it's like, you know, even if they say, hey, the Redskins suck. You weren't going to stop fighting somebody and mess up, you know, I'd have been
your
like,
freedom or whatever.
Go to jail. I definitely don't want to go to jail. Nobody don't want to go to jail over no crap like a basketball game or a football game. Exactly. But some people get crazy over the top, man. And they blame the pandemic. I know. Right. I think it's some crazy people out here, man, that just can't accept the fact that their team is losing or their team lost. And you know, I just don't get it. I just don't get it, man. That's bad sportsmanship.
It is. And the thing is, you know, at the end of the day, the Redskins, whether they won or lost, it didn't affect how you ate, how you fed your family.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
So, yeah, you love them to a point, but then you know, but now, man, with this basketball season, these last few weeks, man, it's been crazy.
Yeah, I don't know,
you know,
man.
like, you know, throwing popcorn, I mean, you shouldn't be throwing stuff at someone, but I don't think you're not gonna hurt them with the popcorn.
Yeah,
but you cross the line when you start throwing bottles.
Exactly.
And
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah, just like Trey Young, you know, guy from Atlanta. They said somebody spit on him. Come on, man, that's nasty. Yeah, nasty.
And that's an assault, isn't it?
Right, that's an assault. Throwing a ball at somebody's an assault.
Right.
You know, and they need to just stop. Let the guys play basketball. I mean, everybody's out now, and the pandemic is still there. But I mean, we don't have to. Everybody's relaxed, and everybody's trying to get out and you know, blow off some steam. But just relax. Don't be trying to kill nobody. Don't go to jail. You know, keep your money in your pocket. You ain't got to worry about that type of stuff.
Exactly, man. It's like you can't blame everything on the pandemic, man. Every time you turn around and say, "Well, we were cooped up, so this is why we're acting that way." But I mean, think about it, man. You know, how do you think you would have felt? Say you had been there, and the guy standing next to you spit on a player.
I would have looked at him like, I mean, you crazy. Yeah. I would have been like, you took it too far.
Yeah, how serious is it that, we're talking about a game. And, like, you remember back in the 80s and 90s when those teams used to go at it, the Knicks and
Knicks
Chicago,
and
those dudes would be fighting with each other.
Celtics and the Lakers.
Yeah.
Right.
But, and they would say, they used to make up shirts. I remember in the 80s, my cousin had one because he was a big Celtics fan.
Yeah.
And it said, Lakers suck.
Wow.
And they would wear them, And, but, I mean, he wasn't throwing stuff at, Magic.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It just everybody's competitive. Even for a person like us, for fans that's not playing, we all competitive. We want to win. We want to be able to say, okay, our team won. We want to say, oh, okay, our team went to the championship. Right. So on and so forth. Now you got teams out there that ain't never won nothing, but you still got some loyal fans.
Right.
I know they're not throwing bottles or nothing like that, or food or water stuff. You know.
Because I listen to a lot of talk radio, and there are people that have been Jets fans for 40 years.
Yeah.
And they're just hoping they're gonna win.
Yep.
But they're not gonna go to a game and do something to one of the Patriots players.
Yeah.
It's just like people have crossed the line, man. And I don't understand what makes a person feel like it's okay to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know either, man. And a lot of times, like I said, it's a lot of knuckleheads out here that not really thinking. And maybe they trying to make a name for themselves or to get themselves in the papers. Yeah. But that's just not the way to do things.
Yeah.
And not only that, a lot of things has been circulating about the Celtics anyway, as far as them being this whole place racist and stuff like that. So that only just solidifies things. Yeah. Okay, well, I don't want to go up here. If I'm a free agent, I'm not going to Boston, and they shouldn't do that. They should want to embrace. Come on up here. Everything is cool. We're fine. We have a good tradition, and let's play ball. But then when you see stuff like that, and stuff that Kyrie Irving said, and he pretty much has gotten their head. He did a good job of doing that, and they let him do that.
And they did. And it's crazy because he was here. He was on the team. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna tell you, man, since I grew up here, and I'm not a Celtics fan.
Right. Neither am I.
And I wasn't really a Red Sox fan either. I mean, I was a big fan of Jim Rice. And, some of the other players, but I saw the racism at games. And
did you?
Stuff. Oh, yeah, man. And I
saw... Wow. Talk about it, man.
I saw the racism just in the city itself. And how people would, make disparaging comments to the black players, and especially if they didn't do well, and and I mean I've heard the N word, and that's why I really have no desire to go to Fenway Park, because I've seen it. I've sat in the midst and heard people say stuff like I couldn't believe, and it's like he's okay, because he's on our team, but if he messes up, then he goes back to being
N word,
or they call it Spanish people, these other nasty names too. And you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so I seen that. So when Kyrie said that, I said, he's true. It's true. His timing might have not been perfect, but it's real. Mm-hmm. And there's people who have been here that have played here. There's people who played and wrote books about playing for the Celtics. And,
really?
Maxwell, Cornbread Maxwell, he wrote a book and talked about the racism and the things they said to him.
Oh man!
And
wow,
and even Bill Russell, man,
mm-hmm.
he didn't come back for a while because he had experienced so much racism here.
Yeah.
So to get defensive about it is not the way to be.
No.
Kyrie, he stepped on the
logo.
So you want to fight somebody because they stepped on the logo? Does the logo represent you?
No, it doesn't.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't. You should have been getting mad at the players for not winning the game. Get mad at them. Don't get mad at Kyrie. Kyrie is just taunting you like that's what he's supposed to be doing.
When he came and he did his job.
Yep, he did it. He got into them guys' heads and he did it.
Right. And and I just don't get how someone could just say, okay, I'm gonna throw a bottle at this guy,
and think I'm not gonna get caught.
Right.
And a lot of those guys get pissed off, man, because just because they're professional athletes don't mean they don't have a little gangster in them. Oh, yeah. They'll fight you. You
remember the Rumble at the Palace when Detroit, when they went up into the stands, Steve Jackson and Ron Artest, and they were fighting the fans.
Yeah, they
the
don't
fans
care,
were throwing
man.
stuff at them. And,
right.
Yeah, so it's like you're gonna push a person, a little bit too far, and they will respond. And I don't understand, man, how there have been so many incidents in basketball. You know, whether it was Russell Westbrook, Trey Burke, and Kyrie.
Kyrie, yeah,
and
yeah.
It's just like,
I don't get it, and I don't know, man. Well, I'm not buying a pandemic thing. I'm not buying that we've been cooped up. It's just a lot of knuckleheads out here, man. That's the same if you go somewhere to a nightclub and somebody's trying to purposely, poison you or put a Mickey in your drink to try to do something to you, whether it's a female or a male or whatever. That's just sinister.
It is.
But you do have sinister, people that's sinister out here. You got people that want to do you harm.
Right.
For what reason or another, I don't know. They get that stupid pleasure out of seeing you act a fool or you incapacitated, and they take advantage of you. Yeah. They got people out here running games and scams and stuff like that.
Yeah, like crazy.
You got to be careful. You got to be careful.
And I guess it's just like, I guess they said, I don't know if someone feels like they buy a ticket, that they can do whatever they want. You know what I'm saying? You buy a ticket to the game, that gives you the right to talk. Because I don't really think you have a right to talk to people any kind of way.
You're right. That's a respect thing. See, you and I have morals and values and respect. Right. Some other people don't care what they do or say. Yeah. And you can see it. You can see the arrogance in where they walk and when they talk and when they come into these games. Just like I saw on TV, and they interviewed a couple of guys, and they were saying, this and the other, and Kyrie shouldn't have did this, and Kyrie shouldn't have did that. But on the other hand, so what are you condoling the popcorn throwing?
Right.
Or the water bottle throwing? Are you want that to happen? No. Just because some person did something to you don't mean he's supposed to retaliate.
Right.
Because more than not, the person that retaliates gets caught.
Right. And I just don't get it, man, because if you step on a logo, man, I don't care, man. You step on the logo, that's not grounds for trying to hurt someone, man.
It's not.
You hurt them on the court.
Yeah.
Beat them.
Yeah. Right, and it's not. And people, once again, I don't get it. I really don't get it, man. And now, and just like anything else, everybody come out, they're enjoying themselves, finally.
Right.
And now you're going to mess it up.
Right.
For yourself.
Yeah.
Is it worth going to jail? Is it worth paying a fine? Is it worth losing your season ticket holders? Right. Is it?
Right. It's a mentality.
To me, no.
It's a mentality, and it's almost like a gang-like mentality where you cross this line and we're gonna go to war.
Yeah,
The dude's a basketball player,
right,
man.
That's his job.
And he stepped on the logo, man. Because I just can't understand how that could trigger somebody.
Yeah.
There got to be something else going on in your mind. You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand it either. My mind don't compute like that.
Yeah.
And I like basketball, sports, and football just like anybody else. But I'm not going to go that far into hurt and fighting and stuff like that. I just can't see myself doing something like that. Even if I had a few beers in me. Right. Because I know in the end, I'm going to jail. Yeah. Because you get out there and you get to acting a fool and hurt somebody. Yeah. They're going to find you. And you're going to jail.
And they're going to say, okay, you knocked this dude out because he did this.
Yeah.
Or he said the Celtics suck or whatever.
Yeah. What's the so when it was all said and done, when you calm down or we sober up, like, wow, I'm sitting in jail, I got a $100 fine paid for just me getting mad at somebody.
Right. And I got a family to take care of. Mm-hmm. I got a job to go to.
Now you're in the spotlight. A lot of people, man, don't have self-control.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yet they want to label certain individuals as animals.
Right.
But yet these other people out here just do whatever they want to do and think they can get away with it.
Right.
And it's wrong.
So what do we say? What's an appropriate fan? You cheer. You can boo.
Yeah.
You can do all that, but there's got to be a line that you don't cross.
Right. And hopefully, with these stadiums and with these games now, they need to put that up there on the billboards, on the Jumbotron. Do not throw any food, water, or anything like that at the players, because that's just not right to be done. You don't do stuff like that. I mean, you can boo and you can cheer, you just chant, but no spitting, anything like that. 'Cause that's just unnecessary.
It really is.
These guys, it's not a zoo. Right. They're not exhibits.
Right.
And even if they are, you don't do stuff like that. Right. You pay to see a sporting game or a sporting event. Right. You didn't pay to get locked up.
Right.
Or to do the thing that you're doing.
Right.
That's just crazy.
Right. And the people that are coming they call them spectators.
Spectators.
You're a spectator.
Right.
I'm watching.
Right.
That's what I'm coming for.
That's what spectator is.
I'm coming to watch.
To watch. You know,
I'm not coming to
harm me.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes, you're right. To spectate means to watch.
Yeah.
A fan, it's like you said, fanatic.
Yeah.
You know, but it's a person that roots for others.
Right.
You know, that's basically what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're rooting for your team,
right.
And it's like entertainment.
Right.
It's entertainment.
Yeah.
You're
And it could be a movie star. I mean, people tattoo. You know, I'm sure a lot of people got Redskin tattoos.
Yeah.
Or Dallas Cowboy. I know my
Yep.
brother-in-law and my cousin. They are the biggest Cowboys fans. My cousin got Cowboy sneakers, and they go to the games, and they, you know, and I get it, and they love Dallas, but there's a point where you don't go beyond. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You don't go beyond that. You know.
I remember one time, like a couple years ago, I was getting fed up with the Skins. I was like, hey, the Washington football team, guys.
That's right.
And I was saying, you know what? I'm done with them. I'm going to another team. I'm going to the Ravens.
Right.
But I just cannot do it. I cannot
Right.
go home
Right.
and tell my family
Right.
that I'm not a Redskin fan.
See?
That's like I'd be ashamed.
Right.
They'll probably cut me out of the family. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah, because that's what you guys. That's part of your family, part of your culture.
And that's like a heritage.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember one time, I don't know, my dad pretty much got fed up with him. He'd been fed up with him, but every time I talk to him, I'll bring him back.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, he's not as hardcore as he used to be. You know,
Right.
you get heart attack and strokes with the Redskins and all this type of stuff, man. And one time I was doing something. I was over his house, and I looked in his trunk, and he had an Eagles hat. I said, Dad, are you kidding me? And he looked at me like, what? I said, what are you doing with that? I don't know. Somebody said they gave it to him. He said, man, I don't know. I think somebody gave it to me. But I said, you're right. It belonged in the daggone trunk. But I couldn't believe you had it.
Right.
I didn't know what happened. Somebody gave it to him, or how did he have it?
Right.
And then that's what he explained to me. He said, man, he didn't stop being a Washington football team fan. It's just that he know he'd been fed up with him.
Right.
You know, so now they're getting a little better.
Yeah.
And
they're coming back.
Yeah. So
I'm
waiting on them to come back.
They got some strong young guns.
Yes, they do,
Yeah,
man.
and
So,
that defense is serious.
yeah, and it's going to be even more serious this year.
Yeah.
And I, just like any other team, like I wish everybody luck. I wish everybody team luck. The Patriots or whatever, Cowboy. I don't have that much animosity.
Right.
But,
right. That you want to fight
excuse
about
me.
it or
Yeah.
throw something at somebody.
But I'm competitive.
Yeah.
Just like anything else, you know.
And there's nothing wrong with that, man. So I mean, what do you say to these fans? What do you have to say to them, man? You know?
I say to the fans, as me being a YouTuber, right now today, I'm saying leave these players alone.
Yeah.
Go to a game and enjoy yourself. Have fun. You know, if you bring in your family, take your kids, and make it a good experience. Don't make it a headache, or don't make it to the point where you got to explain to your son why he got to go somewhere else and you got to go to jail because you was too drunk and you threw something on the players. Leave these players alone.
Right.
Make it fun again. Bring the fun back into the game.
Yes.
You know, and it's just crazy, man. I had to speak on that because it was something that had to be addressed.
Yeah.
It really
Absolutely,
did.
bro.
And because right now, like I said, everything is coming back to where it's supposed to.
Right.
So heck, I might want to go to a game or two.
Right.
But I don't want to be around anybody that's throwing bottles and crap like that.
Right. I want to enjoy the game.
Yeah. You know, but I don't have a problem watching on TV.
That's right.
I don't have no problem with doing that. But sometimes it's good to go to a game or two and just check it out and just be out there, you know, in the elements and stuff like that.
And it's good to cheer on your team.
Right.
But just don't go too far.
Yep. Please don't go too far.
Yeah. I'm serious.
You know, and you know, and once again, you guys, we're here to do the right thing.
Yes.
You know, not to do the wrong thing. And everybody have their own ways of doing things, but you have to stop and think.
Yes.
That was anything in life.
Yes.
Stop and think, and just know if you do something, whether it's good or bad, you have consequences.
That's right.
And repercussions behind that.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, bro.
You got anything else, Big Rich?
No, man, just be polite fans. You know, get excited, but don't get crazy.
We all set.
You know.
All right, guys, we out of here. Peace.
Peace.